All right, guys, it's time to go fishing. And since my boat ain't running, I decided today I'm gonna use the duck boat like a big old kayak. I mean, that's basically what it is. It can be annoying to paddle around, but it works the same. It's pretty light. I can drag it in and out. I'm going to the place where I can put it in the water and do the least amount of paddling. Never been a big fan of kayak fishing. I know it's pretty effective. There's a lot of people I've seen out there tear up the fish with kayaks, so maybe we can do that. I'm gonna try to throw around some plugs and some soft baits, but it seems like since I'm gonna probably just stick it out in some holes in some creeks at high tide, I'm probably gonna have to rely on the shrimp. I hope not. I hope they bite the soft baits and plugs, but I ain't got a lot of faith in it since we ain't gonna be able to move a lot. Let's get out there and let's give it a shot. It's dead calm. There is no wind, period. This duck boat's working out pretty good though. Honestly, I bring a lot of crap when I fish, and I brought this giant cooler. I had a smaller one in here, but I didn't have nothing to measure with, so I decided to bring this big cooler so I'd have a measuring stick. And it's actually perfect because I can sit right here in the front and paddle. This boat has an extra seat, and I might start leaving it up here in the front because you can put it wherever you want in here. That way I got somewhere to sit and paddle, because this cooler is awesome. We're gonna make our way a little bit closer. It's dead low tide, and the tide's supposed to start turning any minute now. It's like 2 hours till high, so it's probably already coming in a little bit. It's gonna be the perfect time to fish. I'm gonna start tossing around some soft baits on the way out toward the mouth of this creek. See if we can catch anything. It's very crystal clear in here, which I expected. Everybody's been talking about how clear the water is, so maybe we can find some fish. I've been looking for them. All right, guys, we made it. It is an absolute foggy day. Look out there. You can't tell where the sky starts. And the tide is coming up pretty quickly now. There's a ton of oyster bars right here. I mean, there's like 40 of them, and you can't see none of them. They're already under. But I made my way around, looking at bottom, finding the holes. The channel is on the other side. It's a deeper channel that runs all the way around that point up there. But this side is like rolling oyster bars like that. And there's some deep holes between the oyster bars. This right here tapers off into a hole that surrounds us right here, and that's why we're stopped here. There's oyster bars probably 75, 100 yards off from us. No, a little closer than that probably. We're gonna throw this plug, this gold Yozuri, and slowly pull it through them holes, see what happens, and then we're gonna throw a shrimp out there. Try to get it closer to the oyster bars. Hope we can catch some fish swimming this channel. And then when the tide gets really high, I figured we'd start at the mouth because we can make our way back in, drifting, if the fish are moving into the creeks like they should be this time of year with the tides. Hopefully we can catch fish. Sounds like a good plan to me. We just gotta hope it works. Got the old shrimp just on a simple old lead head. Gonna toss it toward that closest oyster bar right there and let it sit. Try not to get my rod snatched out of the boat, but at least then we'd be getting a bite. Oh, that was as soon as it hits the water. That's definitely a good fish. Yep, I got it too. Trout. Coming straight to us. It's a little baby trout. That's what I'm talking about though. On the shrimp. Oh, he swallowed it. No, not too bad. He'll be all right. No. Yeah, he'll be all right. Took my hook with him too. Wanted to get that out of him. Well, first fish of the day, the oyster bars. Must have had my line frayed right there, because it just barely had any pressure on it and it popped. He was definitely short. Hope that hook comes out. It wasn't too bad. I could see it. It was stuck in his tongue, so he'll probably shake it out. But that's a good sign. That was on the shrimp. There he is. Got that one. Seems like a decent fish. Seems like they wanting the dang shrimp. It's not that decent. Looks like the same size. Oh, it's a redfish. Little baby guy. Thought it was gonna be another baby trout. Well, we got us a redfish. He's going right back in, because he is a baby fella. But it's another fish. Hopefully the bigger one's starting to move in. The water's starting to ripple a little bit. I can see some tails kicking. Might turn out to be a good day right here. I can't fish both these poles at the same time, so I'm fishing the shrimp right now, and then I'm gonna throw the other one. Every time I tried, I'd get a bite on the shrimp and have to drop the pole. So I'm gonna take turns throwing plugs and shrimp. Shrimp seems to be working the best, like I figured. See if they want the plug. Getting a bite about every time I throw that, but I feel like there's a lot of small fish. And it seems like small reds and small trout, honestly. Doesn't seem like trash fish. Oh. That's a good fish on the plug. That is a tank. Come on. Maybe not, but he hit it hard. Looks like a smaller red. Or maybe a good trout. I think it's a good trout. That's a good trout. On the plug too, he smashed it. I ain't got no net. Let's go. A keeper trout on the Yozeri. I figured I'd catch better fish on the plug anyway. He smashed it. That's a cooler fish right there. Beautiful. Who needs a motor? He's like 18 and a half, or maybe just a little bit over 18. Beautiful fish. Beautiful. First one in the cooler. We throwing the plug for a minute now. He smashed it. There we go. Seems decent there. Yeah, that's way better. Looks like another good trout. Yep, it is. On the shrimp. Fighting a little bit of everything. Don't want to lose this guy. Come on, buddy. That's a good one. Put him right in the lip, too. Let's go. No! Hey, there he goes. That was a solid one too. I bet he was over 19. Man, they out here. Just kind of hard to get them in the boat. I should have brought a net, but a net would have took up so much dang room in here. That was a good one. There he is. Another little trout. I think there's a lot of these guys in here. These little ones ain't hitting the plug because I've been throwing all over the place with that plug and I didn't get any more bites. But I just throw the shrimp out and instantly get a little baby trout. A bitty fella. Oh. Yeah, he's running, son. I didn't even feel that bite. That feels like a good fish. That's gonna be the red. About guarantee you. No, it's a flounder. It's a flounder. I need him in the boat. That's a big flounder. I need him in the boat. Let's go. That is a tank of a flounder. They changed the rules where they got to be 14. I don't usually catch a bunch of flounder. Let's go. Do not let this guy go. It's one of the best eating fish in the ocean. Look at that. 17.5-inch flounder, baby. That's what I'm talking about. got that. It's gonna be small. Gonna be little feller. Oh man, he's cut to pieces. He actually looks like a keeper. Something done bit a hold of him. Yeah, he's a keeper. Or at least close. But look at that. Something big bit him. Look at that. On both sides. So you know something had him halfway in his mouth. And he managed to escape just to get caught by me. Maybe he's too short. He is way too close to call it. He's right at 15. And he's already been through a lot, so we will let him go. Hopefully, gets a little better for you there, little trout. He was dead on 15. I don't like keeping them dead on 15. So we're gonna go hopefully catch a few more bigger ones. I don't need more than like 3 fish anyway. I really, throwing this shrimp out, I want to catch my redfish. Because they ain't been as aggressive lately on the plug, so I'm trying to catch that, my one legal red, and then I'd be more focused on throwing the plugs for the better trout. Oh, there he is. Got him too, on the plug, and that is a baby. I think he's as big as the plug, man. Dang trout as big as the plug. Oh. Yep, I had that one. That feels all right. Yeah, it's gonna be a keeper. Get him in the boat. Yes, sir. He might be right at 15 now. Soft bait ain't doing nothing so far. I switched to a soft bait. See if that would do any better than the plug. I have caught some smaller trout on the plug, and that one good one. But ain't nothing but the soft bait so far. Oh yeah, that's a good keeper trout. 16 and a half, somewhere in there. Nice. Getting some fish in the cooler now. Reds ain't biting as good as I was hoping they would. But that's all right. We got trout, flounder. We'll take that all day. Oh, there's a good hit. I'm trying to tie a plug on. As soon as I do something, I always get a bite. And that's a good fish. Oh yeah. Seems like some decent trout's moving in here now. It was all small ones for a while there. It's gonna be another keeper. Yes, sir. You've been cut up by the oyster bars. I wonder if I just did that. Or if there's something big in here trying to eat all these trout. Look at that, scratched up. That looks more like oyster bar scratches though. It looks like he's gonna be about 16. Let's hope so. Absolutely. He's 15 and a half. That's a good slot trout. We will take it. That's what, 3? Don't need but 2 more. And we done with trout. Still no reds. Well, one baby, but no bigger reds. Nope. That's a good one. Maybe not. He hit it like he was though. Nailed the plug. Might be a keeper though. Let's go. That looks like another keeper. On the Ozuri. I tried a soft bait. Didn't even get a bite. tied the plug back on. Figured I'd throw it some more, and bam, another trout. They're biting a little bit of everything today. Hoping we'll hook up to our red, because we're about to limit out on trout, especially if this guy's over, which he doesn't look like he's gonna be. Oh yeah, he's way too close. You're a lucky day, buddy. Put another one on the plug. Oh yeah, there we go. That's gonna be a keeper. Yep, that's a good one. A real good one. Is that a red? Dang. That's a fighter there. Hardest pulling one of the day because he's the biggest one of the day. No, I think that one that jumped out the boat's bigger, but that is a nice one. A nice one. Man, the bite is crazy today. I am not gonna put all the fish I caught because I have caught like 10 or 15 that were just tiny. Try not to let this guy go. Have my rod set in the water. As I'm measuring him, he's probably gonna be 19. That's all right. I think he's a little under. He is 18 and a half. That is a nice slut trout. Perfect. We only need one more trout and that's a limit. All right, guys, so I got a plan. I really want to catch this red since we haven't caught but one baby one. So I put the old redfish candy on here. Got us a chartreuse spoon, golden chartreuse. I'm gonna paddle us out to the middle out there over all the moisture bars, and we're gonna make a drift all the way in the creek. And if the redfish, if we don't catch one in there, when we get deep up in the creek, there's a few holes I'm gonna try just to see if maybe the redfish are hanging out deep in the creeks instead of the mouth, which would make a lot of sense. They usually do this time of year. But that's the plan. Hopefully we can catch one on the spoon. I love catching reds on spoons, so let's get to paddling. All right, guys, so my plan to catch the reds absolutely failed. Made a drift way back in the creek. Never even got a bite on the spoon. And then I stopped in a few holes, a few more oyster bars that are deeper in, and got no bites there either. Looks like the fishing's done for today. The reds are being a little more picky than the trout are, but I cannot complain. Got us a nice mess of fish. That is purty. That's a nice flounder. Glad to have them. Hope y'all liked the video. If you wanting to go fishing, right now's the time. The trout are biting. If I would have had my big boat, I guarantee you we would have had a blast. Probably could have found some bigger trout running these creek mouths, throwing plugs. It was fun. Hope y'all liked the video. Thank you for watching.